dun 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 dun. Sorry, that was my bad voice. Anyway, well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Eternal Midnight. I'm Chad. I'm Santino, and here with Chad.
What's up, dude?
And it's a new month. We're finishing Action Month, and we're gonna cover one of my absolute all-time favorite action franchises ever. We're going to exotic locations, using unique gadgets, and doing awesome stunts with Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible franchise. So for this video, we will cover the very first two MI movies, and those are Mission Impossible, the very first one, and MI2, the follow-up. So me being the seasoned one here, and Chad, you just for the first time saw these Mission Impossible movies, these two Mission Impossible movies. What do you think of Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible?
So the first Mission Impossible, what I liked about it is, so I know that it was originally a British show. I don't know the lore of the British show, like, at all.
Yeah.
But, so taking a British show and adapting it for an American audience, it's weird. And this is the only one, like, I've watched the first four so far. And I'd say this one, like, Brian De Palma still did a good job, I'd say, of towing the line. Like, this one still had kind of a British feel to it, if that made sense. Like, it felt like a cross between a British and an American film, which I thought was interesting. Where when we jumped to, like, 2, anything with British stuff, gone. And it's never come back.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Maybe it will in Rogue Nation, but I highly doubt it.
No.
But, so just this one so far, I thought this was a pretty damn good start. And it's kind of a ballsy move to start a new spy franchise, kind of in a story that you'd normally see in, like, the, like, third or fourth movie of a franchise, where we're starting out this new franchise with this new agent, and the very first movie is, you're a traitor, we're coming after you to arrest you for betraying your team. It's like, that's not usually how they start franchises.
Yeah.
But I thought it worked. And it's like, this is really when it, like I've always liked Tom Cruise, always, but it's like, this is when I was like, okay, this is the series that, like, all the big Tom Cruise fans out there really, I think, base their love for this actor on, because it's like, he's great as Ethan Hunt. He is awesome, and it's like, he just keeps getting better. But it's like, I thought he did an amazing job in this, and I like this story. Like, this story did not feel like it was a first one. It felt like something that would have happened later, but still great start.
Okay, yeah, because this is where, like, my Mission Impossible, like, nerdy stuff comes in, because I'm gonna give you actually some trivia. The Mission Impossible, Jim Phelps was the actor playing Jim Phelps. Who is the actor in the movie? It's Jon Voight, right?
Jon Voight, yep.
Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to be Jim Phelps, because originally Jim Phelps is the character in the TV show. All right, and he's the main character. But and originally, De Palma had the actor who played Jim Phelps from the TV show film his scenes with Tom Cruise, but and that was the original intention. But the actor walked out when he found out that Jim Phelps was going to be a bad guy.
Now, obviously that pissed him off. Did that piss fans of the TV series off?
That's where I'm coming from. Yes, a lot of fans were, like, pissed off at because apparently for some reason the script leaked or something, and a lot of fans were pissed off at the fact, why did you make Jim Phelps a bad guy? So what Brian De Palma did, being smart, was like, okay, we're gonna switch out the actor. We're gonna replace him with Jon Voight, and this Mission Impossible franchise, that's a movie, will be completely different from the TV show. So fans of the TV show can look and say, okay, that's not my Jim Phelps, that's a different actor. So it's an alternate universe. So essentially, in all honesty, this Mission Impossible franchise is technically an alternate universe from the original TV show. It's not,
so kind of like Star Trek that J.J. Abrams restarted.
Exactly, it's something like that, but done better.
So the original fans still get their TV lore. They still get that timeline, whereas this one gets the almost in name only Mission Impossible timeline.
Yes. The only thing that's very much similar to the Mission Impossible TV show is the name and the title music. The dun, 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 dun. That's it. Other than that, it is completely different, which is I think is smart because I like that. I like the fact that De Palma was smart enough to be like, okay, I get it. People have their love for the British TV show, so we're not gonna destroy the character of Jim Phelps like an idiot. We're gonna, like some other franchises do. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a different actor play Jim Phelps, so that in this alternate universe he turned evil, and we're gonna pass the torch on to a new protagonist who will take the reins of the succeeding films, which is Ethan Hunt. So Ethan
was not in the TV show, correct?
There's no mention of Ethan Hunt ever.
Okay, so he's a new character created for the movie franchise.
Yes. So Ethan Hunt was never mentioned in the TV show. He was never created for the TV show. There's no mention of Ethan Hunt ever existing in the TV show. So that's how you know this is an alternate universe, because Ethan was never existed, and this is the first time in this movie that Ethan Hunt is appearing, which is quite fascinating to me, because I always thought of that like Ethan Hunt is what Ray could have, would have, and should have been. It's the passing of a torch to a new character who's as compelling and as amazing as the original protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is a great, because De Palma really sells Ethan Hunt in this movie. This is really his movie, and Ethan Hunt has a specific characteristic, which I will mention later in the review, that is carried out throughout this entire 6 movies. I will talk about it later. So, but overall, so were you expecting that when Ethan Hunt's team got just like so secretly murdered?
Well, I remember I was texting you while I was watching it, and it was like as soon as I saw Emilio Estevez, I was like, nice, because I think Emilio Estevez is kind of cool. I was like, oh, he's in this, and then he dies like 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
that was rough. Just impaled in an elevator shaft. I was like, okay, there he goes. And then the one chick got blown up.
Yeah. And
then the other chick disappeared, and then the other chick got stabbed to death, and John Voight is Jim Phelps. He got shot, and it's like, I mean, I don't want to say I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But I kind of did, because it was like, because maybe I could be wrong, but I think this is where kind of like the cliche death fake outs kind of began a little bit. But it was like, I don't know, because it was kind of like, I was like, John Voight's a little too big of a name to just bring in and off in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and obviously that doesn't happen, right? Because later in the movie, you see that he comes back.
Right. And but what I liked about this movie, and it did a damn good job of, it did what any spy mystery movie did. It kept me guessing all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those movies where I'm wondering, where is this going? From beginning to end, where is this going? Where is this story leading me? And De Palma did a damn good job doing it.
Yeah, because that's what De Palma was doing. He was gonna make a Mission Impossible movie in vein of the original TV show, while borrowing from like elements of Jack Ryan with Harrison Ford. It's gonna be like a mystery espionage with a little cool gadgets here and there. But Mission Impossible, the first one with Tom Cruise, is essentially a mystery movie. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's like, oh, who betrayed them? Who was the one who got killed? Who killed John Voight? Right? And as you go further, like, you essentially know that it was an inside job. John Voight was the traitor. Jim Phelps was the traitor. So that really sparked, like, again, that was the one that really made that original actor to go, because like Jim Phelps would never do that. So that's why, again, alternate universe. So like, I like the fact that in this movie, Tom Cruise's character was really tested. He's really made vulnerable. He's put in a vulnerable spot. You know, his team was betrayed, and now that he has to figure out who betrayed him while obtaining the list is really amazing. And I did like the fact that, I like the fact that Ethan Hunt. Okay, this is where I'll mention his character trait that separates him from Bond, which I think I like. It's the fact that Ethan Hunt cares about his teammates as much as he cares about the mission. Because
Bond usually only loved the girls and his team. But Bond never really worked with teams the way Ethan Hunt does.
Yeah, exactly. Bond never really worked about teams. Even the girls, like how many times have girls that Bond has had sex with been killed, and he has he ever showed any remorse for that? No.
He goes, "I'm sorry, the girl got killed," and then he walks away. Like the way he acted in Quantum of Solace when that girl got like covered in oil. He was just like,
holy shit. Like,
he was just like, "Oh, that sucks."
yeah.
And they never brought her up again. I'm like, "You heartless bastard." But he was still getting over Vesper's death. But back to Ethan.
That's why I like Ethan a lot, because him caring about his teammates brings a sense of mortality into it. Because it's one thing to care about the mission. It's another thing to care about his team, and that's shown here really well when he figures out that Claire might be a traitor, and he doesn't act until he confirms it when he removes that mask of John Voight. Remember that? So
which I loved. I'm gonna say it. Any movie that does the masks, I always think those are so cool.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because in this movie, like Ethan Hunt again shows that he cares about his team. That's why like he loved Claire. Like he had feelings for her. So of course he was disappointed when Claire betrayed him. So like him removing the mask is like, oh, I didn't do anything. I had suspicions, but I wanted to make sure because I cared about you and I didn't want you to be a traitor. But now you're a traitor, so I have to take you down. Which I did like. I really did like. It was like, oh, he cares about his team, and even at the end, that he assembles a team. Like it's Claire, Jean Reno, and Ving Rhames, and two of them are traitors in that team, and only Ving Rhames isn't the one. And like at the end of that movie, he forms a friendship with Ving Rhames, and that friendship will be carried out throughout the 6 movies. The 6 movies, which shows that Ethan Hunt, like,
even though he was sorely lacking in the 4th one.
Yeah, which shows that Ethan Hunt, if you are true and honest with him, he will fight for you as well, which I really love. And that characteristic has been carried out through all 6, and I do like it. I do like it. And the first time I saw this, honestly, I didn't expect John Voight to be the traitor, but like that flashback scene where he shot himself and then he put I was like, oh shit, you're a fucking traitor, dude.
That was an interesting spot that they chose to put that in, I thought, too. That was when him and Claire were talking about... No, that was when him and Jim were talking about, like, Jim was, like, telling him the false reality of what happened, but they were actually showing what actually happened that night, I think.
That was so well done. Like,
yeah, I mean, De Palma did a damn good job with this. He really did.
Yeah, cinematography is great, too. Like, when like they're walking and it's all misty and, like, it's giving, like, a sense of eeriness and mystique, and I was like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen, And I did like Kittredge. Kittredge was awesome. Like he had every right to suspect Ethan of being a rat or a mole, but when he found out, oh, Ethan wasn't a mole,
Oh, that's right. It was Jim was telling what we were just talking about was revealed. It was when he was saying Kittredge did all of it. But then they were showing that it was actually Jim who did all of it. That's right. Yeah, Kittredge. I like Kittredge because it's like I understand the character. He's got to go by the books. He's the suit. He's the guy who's I'm here to make sure my agents are staying in line, and it all makes sense. And I like the actor who played him too. And I think he's going to be in the 7th one.
If he is, I honestly thought that was it. But if he is, that's a great damn callback.
Because if you notice, they swap out his boss from IMF in every single movie.
No, but that's
they either die or they just never return.
No, that's the thing. Like, that's the whole. This movie begins a trend of what I call the MI trends, which are in every movie except the 4th one, a mask is going to be removed. In every movie, Ethan Hunt's team will change, and there's always and the trend is for the first 3 movies, it's always Ethan, Ving Rhames, the girl, and the pilot. But 4, 5, 6, it's Ethan, Ving Rhames, the girl, and the tech guy, because pilots weren't really needed at the time. Like, as the world changes, which I love the consistency. Like as the world evolves, like people don't really need pilots anymore. It's gonna be tech guys who need to be in the field, not anymore pilots, because it's a lot more techy right now, which I do agree. Like, which is why, like, I love that segue of Benji Dunn being in Mission Impossible 3, and then us as like supporting, because like, tech was on the rise, and then in 2011 when Ghost Protocols comes out, Tex at the height of its power, so Benji does need to be in the field at this point, which I did. See, it's consistency like that, which I love about, like, see, those are the details I love.
Yes, like, so far out of all of these, Rogue Nation is the only one I have not watched. But it's like, this is another one, I'll say it, not a bad one. No bad movies out of all 6 so far.
Yeah, no bad at all. I mean, like, there are weak points. Yeah, sure. I mean, like,
there's a week one.
There's a week one, but like
a single week one. I mean, shit. This is basically the Rocky franchise at this point.
Yeah,
there's no bad ones. There's just a weak one that's not bad.
This is my Rocky franchise. This is like the one where I consider there's legitimately, as a franchise as a whole, there's no bad. There's a weak one, yeah, but it's not like it's like atrocious.
It's not bad, but so what else have we got for the first one? Is there anything else that massively stands out to you from the first one?
Yeah, of course. Like, every Mission Impossible movie has that big set piece, and of course in this one it had no budget. What we gotta talk about that whole infiltration of the CIA room thing. Yes,
it's weird because it's like this. I'm saying this in a good way. That scene in that room is so like iconic that it was cool finally seeing the movie where like the iconic lowering down actually came from. I mean, that was so well done too. Like this movie, to me, it's weird. This came out in what year did this? 96, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for something in 1996. I mean, at least, like, aside from like the way it looked, being a movie from like the 90s,
yeah,
I'd say this story and the ideas that De Palma had for this, they felt so ahead of their time. Like, this story felt like something that could have taken place in a movie that came out like 4 years ago.
It really did. It really was like De Palma had this like people say, oh, Skyfall was like the one with the unique, like, oh, the lists of people, like agents. Like, nah, Mission Impossible did it way back in '96, which I love it. Like, I love how honestly, like, it changes and evolves with the times. Like, Mission Impossible is a franchise that doesn't stay in the past. It really, like, it makes new stories, but the characteristic of Ethan Hunt and the writer of Ethan Hunt is the same, which means that Ethan Hunt's essentially timeless. Like, he goes to different eras. Like, he's late 90s, early 2000s, and now the modern day. And he's still.
And we still got 2 more to go.
He still got it, and we have 2 more to go. That's just amazing. So, like, I'm so happy De Palma, the guy who wrote Scarface, made the first Mission Impossible, because it's a very tension-filled, very emotional drama with spy elements in it, and which I love. I mean, I think the first one is great, but of course there are other films that are better, or there are other MI movies that are better. It's just the fact that, this one was really, like, I feel like it really was ahead of its time. And I'm sorry, like, Max, the arm dealer, she was badass. I really liked her.
That was cool.
And
I like that at the end when her and Kittredge are talking, and she's like, "Oh, get my lawyers," and he's like, "Let's settle this out of court." And she's like, "What are you proposing?" I was like, "Nice." It's like making a deal with the bad guy for intel. It's smart. That's how you should do it.
Yeah, and like there's a call back to her actually in Fallout, but I only mentioned it in Fallout. So yeah, that's basically the first Mission Impossible. It was really iconic. I didn't that scene with the falling of the Tom Cruise give like so much tension, because like at any point they can just like mission's over. He's fucked.
Well, and I like the way it ended with just, this mission is over. Ethan Hunt, are you ready for your next assignment? Yeah. I like how they do it, because this was back in the day where not everything had the sequels could come, but in the same way of Bond. But it wasn't like a giant connected, like what I know, like what starts at the end of Ghost Protocol, where it's like that begins a string of connected stories. Where these first 3 are all just their own things.
Yeah, these first 3 and Ghost Protocol are definitely their own thing. But Ghost Protocol after, that's a whole other like animal.
Yeah, that's when the series evolved.
Yeah, with the times, obviously. So that's basically for the first Mission Impossible. And after that, the tone gradually shifts. The MI2.
This wasn't even like a. Okay, and this is what I was saying when I was texting you during. Okay, this movie, it's not bad, I guess, but it's not. There's no mystery. It's a completely different type of spy movie. It's a very open spy film where it's like we know who the bad guy is, we know what his intentions are. There's no mystery aside from who's gonna live and who's gonna die. I mean, that was about it. And I'm like, I guess watching them literally like one night after the other one, I got major tonal whiplash. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? I was like, this is, it was like watching, like, I think the comparison I gave you is I was like, this is like the Fast and Furious 2 of Mission Impossible 2. It's just this random fucking story that has like nothing to do with anything.
Mission Impossible 2 is a very weird entry in the Mission Impossible franchise. And
it is.
Rightfully so, because it's the one people don't like the most. And I can see why, because this movie is just, it's just dumb. It's just really over the top. It
really is dumb.
I mean, like, I lost it. Like, the first time I watched it, I lost it when, because this really is a 2000s movie. When Limp Bizkit was at its high, and everyone was like, oh, everyone likes the angsty rock. So like when the plane crashes and like the fire engulfs the screen and it fast zooms toward Ethan Hunt climbing, I was like, yep. Gone are the days of the Palma Salty. Now it's time for the John Woo action era.
But here's something that I did love about that opening scene with the rock climbing is while the rock climbing itself is just kind of like, okay, it's a cool set piece, that is a statement that says almost everything for Tom Cruise himself, how much this guy loves acting. The fact that he does so many of his own stunts and actually watching him do that on an actual cliff face says so much about Tom Cruise as
that was real, Chad. That was a real thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that says so much about him and his dedication to his roles that he's actually willing to do that. And it's like, I wouldn't. I'd be terrified.
I would be terrified of all that. Also, in fact, in Rogue Nation, he hung outside with a fucking airplane. That was real.
Well, Ghost Protocol, climbing up the side of that fucking building.
Dude, like you told me, like you got vertigo.
I literally was like, I'm watching that. I'm just like, I'm like feeling it all over my body. I'm like, I could not do that. Oh my God. And I'm singing the same thing with this one. It's like, but they keep upping it. Like what Tom Cruise, let's push him to the limits until the day we actually kill him on set by accident.
No, but like, okay, we'll go into the rest later. But MI2 is really a weird one because it really is a generic plot. Okay, bad guy has a virus. Send the hot girl to infiltrate.
Who she was. That girl was gorgeous. Wow.
She was really hot. She was like
and she was a badass too. She
really was a badass.
She was able to take care of herself, I thought. And it's like that sacrifice she made injecting herself with the virus.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, like that showed her dedication to wanting to say fuck you to her ex.
And honestly, this is again, there's a scene in the movie which shows again Ethan Hunt cares about his team, which I love. It's like it's a scene where the enemy says, you have a gun, shoot me. You can kill me now and this virus thing ends because I have the last injection. And he says like he's contemplating it and he takes the bag of bombs, shoots the bag of bombs, hole blows up and he sets his watch. I have 20 hours. Runs and he's gonna save it because he was the one who brought in Tandy Newton. He's like, I need you on this. And now he has to save her, which I love because like again, the character of Ethan Hunt is constant. He cares about his
team. Added another level to the mission. Instead of just I have to get the virus back or destroy the virus, I'm going to save her life as well. Because he easily could have just let her die.
Yeah.
He could have just been like, well, if I can't do it, I don't do it. But no, he made it his mission to save her. And it's like, that's what I loved. It was a double-sided coin of, I need to stop the virus, but I need to save her. So it's like, it added another level to his mission.
Yeah, it did, exactly. And I honestly love that, I find it so fucking dumb and hilarious, but I love the line that Anthony Hopkins says, this is not mission difficult, this is mission impossible. Like, oh my God.
Oh, I groaned at that one. I was like, oh no.
And you know,
like it's always hilarious when they put the title of a movie and they make it a line. I mean, it's always cringe, but at the same time, it's like, I think it's intentional cringe. I think it's there to make you go, oh, that's corny, but it adds a sense of like almost fun to it, if that makes sense.
And you know what's really insane? Doug Ray Scott, the main bad guy in this movie, Doug Ray Scott,
Mhm.
he was actually cast by Bryan Singer as Wolverine for the first X-Men movie, but he declined to do Mission Impossible 2. And now
Oh,
Hugh
that's something
Jackman's
I'm
like,
sure he regrets for the rest of his life.
and now Hugh Jackman's like one of the most respected actors ever, and Doug Ray Scott's in the one. Oh my!
Doug Grace. But just looking at him, I don't think he would have made a good Wolverine, though.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so glad that didn't happen. I was watching it, like, okay, this guy should have been playing Wolverine. Like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I really don't see it.
But yeah, it's like you said, this plot is just.
This plot is very generic. It's a very generic plot. It's
there's just
bad
yeah,
guy
there's
has
just
a virus.
yeah, there's really nothing to this film aside from that 2000s action. Like
It's really dumb.
like when you see, like when I see shit like Ethan Hunt driving the motorcycle and like hitting the brakes, spinning around on just like the front tire, lifting up the back and like spinning around doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so early 2000s. That's like they just don't. You don't see stuff like that in movies nowadays.
Yeah, but it certainly didn't age well. But I'm sure it was cool for the time because Mission Impossible 2 was the highest grossing film of 2000.
You're joking me.
No, it's not.
Really?
Look it up. Look it up. It's
Holy crap. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was. Well, what was it up against? Well, okay, it really wasn't up against much. I mean, well, ooh. Okay, Mission Impossible 2, Gladiator, Castaway, What Women Want, Dinosaur, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Meet the Parents, The Perfect Storm, X-Men, and What Lies Beneath. Okay, so not much in that movie. Not much in that year.
Competition, but yeah, Mission Impossible 2 was the highest because people love Mission Impossible. Like people.
Yeah, and it was fun, but it's like it's one of those movies where it's like, in retrospect, I guess watching it now and seeing how action movies have evolved, and even watching how this franchise has evolved, it just doesn't stand up, I guess, because it just had so many. I want to say simplicity to the story itself. It felt like more thought went into the action. But it's like, I keep saying that, but at the same time, it's like the character interaction between Ethan and Nia, I thought was really good.
I really did like it. That was a selling point for me. It's like I actually enjoy this character interaction because it's really cool. But it's really like one of those things where I've seen so many times before. Like you have the hot girl infiltrate the crime ring because she was an ex, and you have her cop or government working boyfriend, her current government working boyfriend monitoring her. So I really see it so many times, and I was like, oh well, you know, I don't hate it. It's just the fact that it's just really typical at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. There's something in this that it was like, because I hadn't seen this one yet, and you were saying, you know, yeah, it's the weakest. And I was like, maybe I'll see something in this that I'll have like a differing opinion, and I'll be able to find a way to say, maybe it is better than the first one. Here's my reasons. But upon finishing it, I'm like,
no.
This didn't hold a candle to the story or the tone of the first one, which is fine. You can change the type of tone you're going for. But it was just like the first one's story was so much smarter than this story.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this one is like where I'd put the first one and even the rest of them that I'd seen so far in a category of decently smart crime thriller. I would just label this one as dumb fun, but I'd still put this above other types of movies that I would say dumb fun because it still had a level of smartness to it. Yeah. It just doesn't hold a candle to the other five.
It's the fact that it's really a weakest link because it's like you have all these other 5 great MI movies with awesome action, compelling characters, and great comedy and story. And you have this one, which is like the dumb one, which is like the odd one, which again, it's not like it's the shittiest thing ever. It's really not. It's just the fact that it just doesn't hold really a candle to the rest.
Like this story right here, this felt like this should have been like one of the XXX movies or something.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm sorry for anyone who loves those movies. All 3 of those are fucking stupid, dumb fun. All 3 of them. Even the newest one was like one of the most idiotic things I'd ever seen, but I thought it was a blast. I don't know if you've seen those or not, but
I haven't seen it.
oh, you need to see Return of Xander Cage. It is. You will see exactly what I'm talking about when you watch it. That is one of the most idiotic films you'll ever see.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, Chad, I mean, like, you enjoyed it at least, right? You enjoyed MI2, like, some.
Yeah, I mean, so far, like, I would say none of these movies are movies that I never want to return to. I would easily watch any of these that I've watched so far again.
I'm pretty sure you watch MI2 over Last Jedi.
I will never watch The Last Jedi again. Never. I will never watch The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker ever again. And it's like, because like I've seen some people outright say they hate Mission Impossible 2. And now after watching it, I don't get why. I can understand not liking it, but I don't understand this like rage I've seen some people have. I mean, maybe those are like the diehard TV fans who were kind of on board with the first movie, but then they saw this one and they're just like, this betrays everything Mission Impossible stands for.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's like, no, I don't think this is a movie that's worth like getting angry over. It's just a stupid spy thing that had some fun action. I definitely say the fake out death of Ethan Hunt was pretty well done. Yeah. I mean, it's cliche now. I mean, watching the hero die, oh my God, he didn't actually die. I mean, they did it way better in Mission Impossible 3. But it's like, because I've been sitting there and I'm like, he ain't dead. And I knew it. As soon as Ethan didn't say anything, it was just like, I'm like, okay, it's a mask.
Yeah.
I was like, easy, done. Because it's almost like if they'd never done the mask before, or maybe only done the mask once at the beginning of the first one. But it's like they'd already done the mask in this movie. So it's like you foreshadowed it. Yeah, it's like you foreshadowed it so badly that everyone saw it coming from a mile away. So it had no impact on me when I saw Ethan, quote unquote, Ethan Hunt get shot, because I'm like, that ain't him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The second one, it's fun. The second one is just dumb fun. It's the type of movie you put on, but it's like, this is where it's like the first one, you need to sit and watch. You need to put your phone down. You need to shut shit off. You need to pay attention because you need the details for the story. This one, you don't. Not in the sleigh. You do not need to massively pay attention to this movie to understand what's going on.
It's so simple. Bad guy has virus. Good guy must stop bad guy. It really is. It really is the weakest one. But it's not like it's shit. It's not like it's atrocious. It's just
still fun to watch.
It's still fun to watch, but it's just not good.
Yeah, it's just the rest are better. Far better.
Yep, far better. All right, so that's the first Mission Impossible. So the first 2 Mission Impossible movies, and fair enough, I'd say it's a pretty good start. It took a dip with Mission Impossible 2, but next week we'll be back with Mission Impossible 3 and the reboot, Ghost Protocol. So I'm Santino signing off.
I'm Chad. Thanks for listening.